Hello, welcome to the video. I'm William, the deity of despair. And today's question is, will the deity break down every single line that gets said in every single song? No, I won't. I'm not your barologist. I don't need to break down every line and explain what it's referencing, what it's a bar of, what clever wordplay it is. I don't gotta do all that. I'll do the ones that I think are cool, that I think are hype, that I think that other people might overlook. Like if it's something like of a more niche kind of subject that I would understand, then yeah, I might say something about that. If it's something really cool, really awesome, great, I'll say something about it. But like, I was reading some of the comments I got on the ham sandwich cipher recently. Finally went through my notifications on this account, and someone's like, "Oh, this thing was an even deeper reference than you get because it was referencing this and this and this." And I'm like, I'm reading it. I'm like, dog, I know. Like, I just didn't say anything about it. Like, I don't. It's not that big of a deal, you know. So let's keep in mind that because I'm not the only reaction channel out there. Obviously, I'm not the only small reaction channel out there. Obviously, there's probably thousands of us out there. Actually, I'm not even calling myself a reaction channel because I'm not a reaction channel. I just do what I want on this channel. Anyway, there's thousands of people reacting to these songs. There's people who have been in the nerdcore scene for years. I've been watching nerdcore or listening to nerdcore for years. There's people who that first video that they're watching, that they're reacting to, that's their first introduction to it. So you just gotta keep in mind the knowledge gap that people will have, and that not everyone needs to have something explained to them. If there's something I don't get, I ask, break it down for me, right? Or and if it's something like for a show I don't watch, a game I haven't played, a character I don't know, blah blah blah, like that, break it down for me. Break that down for me. But I don't need lore comments about nerdcore itself, right? Like let's rein that back. But speaking of characters I don't know, we've got Jigsaw vs. Springtrap rap battle featuring Shwabadi by Freshy Kanal. I have never played Five Nights at Freddy. I've never watched a playthrough of Five Nights at Freddy, any of the games. The closest I've ever come to Five Nights at Freddy is when it first released. I was watching game theory videos back then, right? Until they started doing a bunch of FNAF videos, and then I just fell off, right? But I watched the first couple of FNAF videos by the game theorists, and that's it. That's the only knowledge I have of Five Nights at Freddy's, because it's never interested me. Jigsaw, on the other hand, I know a lot about. I am I guess, big Saw fan. Like, I love the first movie. It is remarkable. It's a great movie, great film. Everyone should watch it. The second one was okay, and then quality declined in those films. I haven't watched the last couple that released. I did hear good things about the last one, but I'm a Saw fan at the end of the day, so I'm gonna get those references. Obviously, this was released on Halloween, which is 2 days ago from when I'm recording this. Probably 3 days from when I upload it, but it's never too late for spooky season. I don't care if it's November. Watch horror movies every single day of your life. I'm already liking the speed. William Afton. Also, but it was so loud. Isn't this guy is like responsible for like the bite of 98, 97, 96 of the 90s, I believe. I have no idea what he has to do with Springtrap though. Also kind of cool.
There's an opening in maintenance. Are you here to replace him? I'm sure you'll be a great fit in taking on the grave shift. You'll disappear like clockwork, another missing victim slain. I am not your doctor, I will actually pick your brain. You try to puzzle police, but it doesn't take a detective to spot what you call your calling. In life is purely deceptive. You preach the murderous putrid while brutalizing the innocent. You and the feds are too stupid to figure out who the killer is. My mind is unmatchable. If you act out of order, I feel you with static bolts. I've been the one building.
Actually, I usually let these run for a bit. Also, I think I gotta sneeze real quick. I usually let entire verses play, but I do want to just point out that oops, I don't think I was on this page. That the line about him like breaking down Kramer's entire ideology is deceptive. The future, brutalizing the innocent, is such a great line for your opening like verse. It is so good because that's been the whole attack on John Kramer on Jigsaw and Saw, as for instance, like, well, his game, giving people second leases in life isn't real, because if you think back to the very first movie, right, where the cops find this really fat guy within this like barbed wire trap setup who died there, like the dude's crime was being kind of it was being depressed. Like that was the dude's crime. Like he had attempted to do suicide before, and that was his crime by Kramer. So like it's a great like just philosophical attack on Kramer, like an amazing opening for it.
You and the feds are too stupid to figure out who the killer is. My mind is unmatchable. If you act out of order, I feel you with static bolts. I've been the one building bands in my basement that take the imagined and make it the actual. Your game never had a goal. You got chased by the cops. Now you turn them to murderers. Seems like your formula won't ever change. You hide while the pigs do the dirty work. You're the one.
Ooh, that was a great fucking double there as well because, chased by the cops, now you turn them into murderers. There is also, obviously, spoilers for Saw. There's that one cop who, for a couple movies, was acting as Jigsaw as well. I think it was 3-4 that he was in. Was he introduced in 3? I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in 3 and 4. And like he had a cop acting as Jigsaw for a bit, and then the line is dirty word. Obviously, pigs, is what cops are. They're swine, but also the pig mask that I can't remember her name. But yeah, she has the pig mask, and that's also what she wears in Dead by Daylight, as she's in that for the Saw franchise.
You're the one who's wasted your second chance to live, Kramer. Next time you're driven to the edge, ditch the cliffhanger.
William, you spend your life finding children to kidnap. Now a costume consumes you. Think of it as a Springtrap. They couldn't prove their guilt, but here's a trial you can't walk from. You have 30 seconds before you're finally locked up. You had a partner, Doug's ideas that it was yours. Most of the suits coming from you end up in court. Built up your home on top of the bones of what the business is. I think we both already know who the mimic is. I give life to the misguided through means they can barely stomach. But I've never trapped a subject as big as fear is the puppet. Your control addiction is honestly not a shock to me. You're haunted by the thought that your victims freaking out on me. First your son got crispy, you're the sign. First by the bite of 87.
I said like fucking 96, 98. Just because I was a decade off there. I'm sorry, what? Baby scooped your daughter and now her body rusted. Fucking what? Fucking what is this line? I need you, people watching this, to immediately go down to those comments and tell me what the fuck this means right now, because what?
family pioneers.
Is that the...
One thing, Kramer.
Okay, I think that was the second verse. I'll be honest, I did not get most of that verse. That was very heavy on referencing, and I just don't know anything about it. I really don't. So like, I'll say like, there weren't really any general lines. Like, the line about the kid being scooped up and rotting inside something is insane, but without actual context, I don't know what that fucking means. Like, I don't know how literal it actually is or anything like that. So like, I can't even be like, yeah, that's a point there, because I don't fucking know. There was just like no bars for like the layman like me to get for that. But to be fair, Afton's first verse also didn't have that many general bars. Like, I think it was easier to follow even if you didn't get or didn't understand the references. But it's very heavy on the influences there.
I always come. So you wanna look at me and give me lessons on finding the key to live. Pass your life like it's a wheel to spin.
I wonder how much this cost.
So you wanna look.
How much did this suit cost? Also, is this Shwabadi's actual suit? Who knows?
Look at me and give me lessons on finding the key to live. Pass your life like it's a wheel to spin. Death came from me and I've vetoed it. So many stitches in this feeble squid. He's a jigsaw and doctors are treating him. The only thing that's in the needle pin is your body once the anesthesia hits. Your cancer kept on spreading until it crushed your future with all those flashy eggs. Could they not cut your tumor?
Oh my god, I don't want to pause during the middle of the battle verses, but like, come on, that's like great. I'm surprised it took this long for a cancer reference, but also just all those fleshy edits, not cuts your tumor, because of especially in the later films, right? Like, the edit for the movies were fucking ADHD, like, on crack cocaine, on fucking 12 cups of coffee flash edits. Like, they were insane sometimes. Just a good bar.
I'm amazed you stay awake with that frontal lobe. At least since your kid died, you witnessed something grow.
That was good.
Great feeling for the other empty husks empowered by dead children. You were left in pieces once your son's spirit was untethered in hell. You'll see him Jigsaw, but I will put you back together.
I figured you'd resort to killing. My death is said to shut off all power within the building. Your persistence won't stop you from being pulled into hell. You've only made your body move because you're full of yourself. Lost a piece of your humanity with each child you chopped up. You've been a walking zombie long before those locks shut. So ask yourself, was it really worth it to maintain a soul with nothing left that's worth preserving? Let's not keep the devil waiting right now. You're feeling hopeless, so I'll end communication like the family you've broken. If you paid attention to the world around you, you'd have noticed you're trapped inside a box that nobody can open.
What the fuck is happening here right now? Okay, it's just the credits then? Alright. I'm just gonna do so I can actually talk and think at the same time. Unfortunately for Mr. Jigsaw, for Mr. Kramer, who's alive at the end of the battle doesn't dictate who wins the rap battle. And for my money's worth, I would 100%, I think, Springtrap, aka Afton, won that. Like, it is definitely because I understood what he was referencing way more than anything Kramer said, like at all. But also, I just think that like narratively, he was way better. I think narratively, he was way better at that. I think he told a better story within his two verses, a better digs. There were things that were like definitely you would only get if you knew the series, but also things that like the layman would be able to get. Whereas what Kramer was spitting at him was mostly just like, oh, you have to know this material to get these bars, to get how deep this cuts, right? So like, it's like let's say you were walking up to a ongoing rap battle, right? Like out on the street, right? And these two people that are battling, they clearly know like a lot about each other, right? They know like they're best friends type shit, right? 20 years spent together, right? And then one of them was like going in on like naming the school that they went to and the friends they had in third grade type shit, while the other dude is like he may name drop the other dude's like cousin or something, but will supplement that with a general bar like that you would understand about like him like fucking failing fifth grade math or some shit, right? That's what this was. So I'm giving all my props to Jigsaw there. Or not Jigsaw. No, absolutely not Jigsaw. I'm giving it all to Springtrap, to William Afton. Because I think he did the better job there in a rap battle. But that was my reaction to Jigsaw vs. Springtrap rap battle featuring Shwabadi by Freshy Kanal. Stay tuned and see what I react to next time.